What's up guys, I'm Nico of CAMCRUNCH, and this is going to be the first episode of a new series that I'm going to be doing all about composition in photography. Now I'm still a student myself, so I'm still learning and I'm still trying to figure things out for myself, but a lot of you guys have asked me to share some of the things that I think about when I'm composing an image and when I'm creating an image. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to create this new series to really break down the different compositional rules and compositional guidelines that you may or may not have already heard of, talk a little bit about what they do and how they actually work and how they make your image better, because the more you know, the more you can make a conscious decision on whether or not that rule actually benefits your images or whether or not you can just pass on that specific guideline and just stick to other guidelines or other things that you already know about composition in order to make a better composition. Now, this being an introductory episode, I thought I'd take the time to talk a little bit about where these compositional rules and guidelines came from. A lot of people think that these compositional rules and guidelines were just created by someone and then followed thereon, but the truth is that these guidelines and these rules came about through years and years of studying works and through analyzing works and look for patterns to see what was appealing to the human eye, what worked for the human eye, and what looked good. So these didn't come before works were actually created. These came from analyzing these good works and these bad works and finding the different similarities and the differences between the good works and the bad works, and then the rules were created. So when you think about how much time and effort was put into figuring out what works, I think that it only makes sense to take advantage of everything that the people who have come before us have studied and figured out in order to make our work better. So my whole take on learning these compositional rules and compositional guidelines is to absorb as much of it as you can, because the more you know about these different rules and these different guidelines, the more you can make conscious decisions on different things in your composition. Because not all of these rules and these guidelines work for every single image, but when you know how they work, you know when to use them and when not to use them, and I think that's the most important part. Now, a lot of people ask me if I just shoot by instincts or whether or not I use these compositional rules and compositional guidelines whenever I'm taking a photo. And I usually tell them that I'm shooting by instinct, but instinct isn't just a gut feeling or just seeing what looks good to you. It's more than that. It's a combination of that and everything that you've learned from in the past. So when I talk about instinct, I'm talking about everything that I've learned through the many years that I've done photography and done art. And that's another part about learning all of these things. Once you learn more of them, they get ingrained into your head and they come out naturally. It's sort of like a basketball player practicing his free throw. When he actually shoots the free throw in a game, he doesn't really think about it too much. He just does it. And that's through years and years of practicing the motion. And it applies with photography as well. The more you study things, the more they come naturally to you. And when you study composition and you study light, you automatically start to see different nice compositions wherever you go. So that's another reason why I want to do this whole series, is just to really, share these different techniques with you guys so that they can get ingrained in your head, so that it becomes more natural when you're walking around. You can see nice compositions and you can see what works. So that's the whole point of this series. So if you guys have anything else specific that you want to get out of this series, definitely leave that as a comment box in the comment box down below. And if you have any tips for me, if you want to share something with me, also leave that in the comment box down below. And if you like the idea of this series, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys in the next one.